I'm Angus Crescalespi, and this is Old Ways in New Jersey, and it's our privilege to be hosted by Johanna today up here in Warren County in northwestern New Jersey. It's such a privilege to see something like this, which was made by the Lumiere brothers in Paris many, many years ago, and was hidden from the Nazis during World War II, was reassembled after the war, and then reconstructed recently. And it's Johanna's pride and joy, and it's so nice of her to share it with us today. Johanna, as I understand it, a street organ, it's a mechanical organ, and it's designed to play in the street.
Yeah, it is almost correct.
Almost correct.
Almost correct. It was original made for a carousel, inside of a carousel.
Okay.
And in southern European countries, they can play a carousel the whole year round. But when the carousel came to the Netherlands, then it was no way to have the family fairs during the winter, because the weather is not so good in the winter.
I see.
So then they took the street organ, they took the organ out, put it on a pushing cart, and then it became a street organ.
Ah, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who operated it, they were called organ grinders, I understand.
Yes,
yeah.
That's correct.
And many of them would finance this operation by begging for money.
Well, I don't want to call it begging, because if you perform something for people and you make them happy and you do the sound and the music, and then is it not begging? Okay. I mean, they worked hard for the money. They have to push it, and they have to crank it, and they have to keep it in a good shape, and it costs money. So that was not begging.
Okay. If you're not happy with the term begging, how about the term busker? Was that more comfortable for you?
That is better.
Okay.
But maybe it means the same.
Now, I've read that there's two main styles, the German style, which is smaller, and the larger Dutch style from the Netherlands.
Well, they had them all different sizes. It is where it original came from, the little tiny ones. They were from Italy, they had a monkey. They were more traveling from little village to another village, and they just had it on a cart with a horse. You know, the little.
Yes.
And then it became bigger and bigger, and there is a whole different kind of street organs around in Europe.
Yeah. It's my understanding that the period when these instruments flourished was roughly between 1850 and 1920. Is that consistent?
Yeah, that is a good time.
Yeah,
It's a good time frame. Yeah.
And one of the advantages, with no disrespect to you, was that they could be operated by an unskilled person. You didn't
of course, if you have muscles, you know, you have to get something, you know, that you can crank it for hours and hours. So.
But you didn't have to have musical training.
No, absolutely not. No.
And I find the cutoff date of the 1920s is kind of interesting. Possibly it was the rise of phonographs and radios that tended to crowd out the street organs. Does that seem right to you?
Yeah, it was all in the beginning from music over, like for the public, louder than normal, an accordion player out on the street, or a person that have a violin, you know, it is more volume. Yeah, it is have something to do with it.
Because of the age and antiquity of such things, I don't imagine there's too many for sale in Holland. So I guess my question would be, how did you manage to find a willing seller? There must be a store.
He was not willing to selling at all. No. I tell a little story about street organs before the Second World War.
Okay.
There were many
street
organs. During the Second World War, they took the street organs apart. They put them in basements, in attics, because they were so afraid that the Germans, the Nazis, were taking it away from them. So after the Second World War...
They were hidden.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
In pieces.
Yeah.
One piece there, one piece there.
Aha.
So it was like a puzzle to get street organs back.
Yes.
And they did. After the Second World War, the pieces all put together.